Hello, my friends. It's Carrie from Stamp with CT. Welcome to our Friday Finding Inspiration for April 2022. Before we get started, I just need to ask a quick favor. If you're new to my channel or if you've been here many times, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button and also that notification bell, and be sure to click all so that YouTube can let you know when I upload a new video, and that usually is a couple of times a week. So welcome to our April Finding Inspiration. I'm really excited to announce that what we're going to find inspiration from in the month of April 2022 is color. Absolutely gorgeous color that we see through all of the Stampin' Up! Products. So when I became a paper crafter, I spent a lot of time trying to find products that coordinated together. And I was so excited to find Stampin' Up! Because I really do feel like that's something that sets our company apart. We have such great coordination of color throughout our product line. So whether you're getting alcohol markers, the classic ink pads, cardstock, or designer series paper, if you have a certain color in mind, and even our ribbons and embellishments as well, then you know that those products are going to work together. And those same colors are also in our designer series papers, and so it makes it so easy to pull those colors from the beautiful patterns that are offered, and it just really makes it so much easier for us to create. So let's talk a little bit about the color families or collections. We actually have 5 different collections. We're going to start first with the neutrals. So here you're going to find browns, grays, Night of Navy, Mary Merlot, and gosh, Mossy Meadow. So just beautiful colors to help really ground your products, your projects with these beautiful products. So lots of options here in neutrals that work so well with all of the different colors in the product line that Stampin' Up! Has. Then next we're going to look at brights, and I just can't help but smile when I look at these awesome colors. These always make me think of spring or summer projects because they're just so fun, and Brights is the perfect name. Look at that yellow. Brights is the perfect name for this color collection because they're simply amazing, bright, fun colors to use on your projects. I love these. Now we're going to tone it down just a little bit with the subtles. So again, you've got some beautiful hues of color, but they're not quite as bright as the brights. But wow, they can really add so much to your projects. And while we look at these, I want to mention that every year Stampin' Up! Has a paper stack, and I've always seen it 6 by 6. And so each of the color collections, you can get the same designer series paper in a 6 by 6 stack. It has 4 different designs. So one design on one side, one on the other. And so each color comes in those 4 different designs, which just really gives you lots of options. So especially if you're a beginning stamper, grabbing a package of this designer series paper, some couple of ink pads, some cardstock, there's an assortment package of cardstock, would put you well on your way to making some really awesome projects. Now, this is the Regals collection, but before I show you the Regals collection, I want to talk to you a minute about the In Color collection of colors. So every year Stampin' Up! Introduces 5 new colors into our color line, and that just really helps to brighten up and freshen up our colors and keep us on trend, not only in the paper crafting industry, but you'll also see these colors in other industries such as fashion and accessories, home decor, just all kinds of things that you'll see around in shops and stores. And so it really keeps us on trend and keeps us very relevant, I think, with the colors that are offered. So I will probably show you those in colors. We'll have 5 new ones coming in May with the new annual catalog. So I'll wait until the last week of April. It worked out perfect. We have 5 weeks in April. So I'll be able to talk about each of the color collections, and then that last week I'll really dig into those new in colors and show those off to you. So let's look at our Regals. That's what we're focusing on today. Now, I think of the Regals a lot of times as being more colors that I use around the holidays. They're deep and rich and beautiful colors. Now, of course, you can use them whenever you want to in your crafting, but I definitely use a lot of these colors in fall and around Christmas time. So as I mentioned, we do have lots of different products in the colors. So here are the Stampin' Blend alcohol markers in, Old Olive and Rich Razzleberry. And then here you have the ink pad in Old Olive and Blackberry Bliss. So you can see how very close those colors are. It just really makes crafting easy. Let's take a look at our colors right quick. I decided to make myself a little reference tool. So you'll see as we go along throughout the month, I'm going to label these and put them on a ring. I think it's going to be an awesome tool at the end of it to use. So let's start out with our reds first. I'm going to have you look at Cherry Cobbler and Real Red. Both really, really beautiful reds. I use them so much around the holidays. Then we'll move on to some orange yellows. And so you have Cajun Craze, Pumpkin Pie, and Crushed Curry. So again, you can see how these would be gorgeous, gorgeous colors in the fall. They're just so pretty. Then we'll move on to some greens. And we have that Old Olive, Garden Green in the middle there, and Shaded Spruce. Shaded Spruce has more of a blue hue to it. I use it a lot at the holidays. But what's great about these greens is you see them in nature all the time. So these make beautiful foliage leaves on your cards and paper crafting projects. And then last, we've got Rich Razzleberry and Blackberry Bliss. So again, just beautiful, beautiful, rich, deep colors to create with. So that is our Regals collection. And I wanted to definitely make a project with you and share a sample that I created using these colors. Just used a card base of Garden Green and then the different colors of the flowers and a little Blackberry Bliss for the sentiment. So I thought that came together really well. So even though I said these are typically colors I use a lot in fall and winter, don't they look pretty for a sweet spring bouquet? Thought that turned out really, really cute. Now I did pull in a stamp die bundle from our annual catalog called Color and Contour. These are the scallop contour dies, and I have to say these are probably number 3 or number 4 in my die sets that I use all the time. If you don't have these, I would even recommend them, even if you don't get the stamp set. If you have enough floral stamp sets in your collection, I can understand that. And it does have 2 dies that coordinate with floral images, but it also has these little border dies, and these are absolutely amazing. So this largest frame is almost as big as our card front. So that is where that beautiful layer came from. I do love these and I use them all the time. Now this is a super cute stamp set as well. I actually overlooked this in our annual catalog last year. I think it was a couple months into it before I made this purchase, but it's a really cute floral set if that's what you're looking for. Until the end of April, when you purchase this in a bundle, the stamps and dies together, you do save 10%. These do carry over into our new annual catalog coming in May of 2022, but they will not be at the bundled price anymore. So if you love them, now's the time to grab them in my online store. Let's make a card together right quick. I went ahead and pulled out an old olive card base, and I put a layer of that beautiful Blackberry Bliss. I've gone ahead and put a mat on the inside. And we will go ahead, I've got a little scrap here. We're gonna do a little bit of stamping. So let's see, I've got my ink pads out. I'm gonna start by stamping a few little leaves. I've got leaves and splatters, and I've got my sentiment. So let me get organized right quick. And I am just going to stamp in the corner here. Some leaves that'll kind of be poking out from my flowers. Very much like I did my other card, but this time I'm really thinking my flowers are going to go in the corner. Now I went ahead and stamped and die cut some flowers. So I'm thinking, positioning, something like that. I may just use the 3. I may put that one on the inside. We'll see. I use that different color so we can really mix and match, which is fun, fun, fun. So I think I need a couple more leaves. I think I'll bring one right about down here. And then one even over here. Okay. So we are done with Old Olive. Let me put that stamp on my chamois so I don't make a mess. Okay, let's go ahead and stamp the sentiment next. So I'm using this beautiful Blackberry Bliss ink, and I'm going to stamp it full strength. They're absolutely amazing. Put it right down here. And I think I did a pretty good job there stamping. And then this is a little splatter stamp that's part of this set, and I love this so much. I'm going to stamp it off. And I'm just going to come in and add some subtle splatters. This always makes me feel so artsy. Okay. Get these things out of the way. And we're just going to need to put everything together. Okay. Maybe I'll put my flowers on first. So I'm thinking, just pulling some different colors. Maybe that darker one up there and the other two. I like that. Okay, let's put a little bit of liquid glue on this one. And I just stamped these, the outside image of the flower, onto the colored cardstock. You have so many options. And I think these other ones, we're going to pop them up. Let's see here. Let me find some Stampin' Dimensionals. My absolute favorite products from Stampin' Up. If you know me, you know that. They just really add something to our projects. I may want to scoop that up a tiny bit. Is it too late? Nope, we did it. And I think this one I'll kind of bring down here. That just kind of sticking out a little bit. And this one I'll bring over here. Pretty happy with that. Now we will add this to our card. I love the combination of Blackberry Bliss and Old Olive. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. One of the things we're going to do along with this little journey on inspiration, finding inspiration through color this month is we're going to be talking about matting and how you can pull colors from your designer series papers and what using different colors of mats can really do to make your project stand out even more. Let's stick this little guy inside here. That sounds like a great idea. I stamped him and die cut him, so I say we use him. Okay. Now I want to add one last little touch to our project. So I'm pulling in some of my favorite, you know, all of them I guess are my favorite. When it comes to embellishments and shiny stuff, I love it so much. I'm trying to find my Take Your Pick tool. There it is. And I learned something new, you guys. On our Take Your Pick tool, I typically use the paper piercing end to pick up embellishments, but I saw someone use the putty end the other day. So watch this. You can actually pick up those embellishments with your putty end. I think it helps if you loosen it a little bit first. Which I don't know. Everybody makes it always look so much easier than what I do. Let me loosen it a bit. There we go. But she just picked those up with like nothing. But it really did work when I tried it yesterday. I was amazed. So I am using these awesome opal rounds. I think for some reason these are just really, really stuck to the backing. I'm going to turn that a bit to get a little bit more putty to come out. Could be part of my problem. Oh, this one's stuck on the paper piercer end, so we'll just use that end. But try that. I did have success with that yesterday, and I was really quite surprised that that worked. I'm going to get one more. Loosen it up a little bit. Try to pick it up with my putty end. So I like to show you guys new things when I learn something new. I swear it worked yesterday, y'all. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. And then you just put it right where you want it. Okay. So there is another sweet little project using the Regals collection to help us find our inspiration. I hope you love these projects, and I hope that you will join me again next week. Let's think. Why don't we look at the subtles next week? I think that would be a lot of fun. We'll just go from subtles and then to brights, neutrals, and in colors. So you can hold me to it. So next week we'll be talking about the subtles, and I'll have some more inspiration and tips for you for your crafting. Thanks so much for joining me. See you next week.